Noel and Christine Denning are the heart and soul of the operation at Burwood Stud, a property which they built up from the foundations to service the nation with horses of the future.
We've built it from scratch. We've been here 40 odd years. Just started off with, there was an old dairy farm and bought it as a family concern, and Noel and I took over by ourselves at that time and just kept it going from there. Luckily we had a few people decide, look, if you're going to start up, we'll send you some mares. So, like John Gibson and Lawson Coburn. So, you know, that was a good start for us.
Oh, no, I was. Christine wasn't around horses. No, she came off a grain farm. So,
I knew nothing about horses.
So she learned to ride when she met me, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's when I used to just break in a lot of saddle horses and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, they were good times, yeah.
But I always say I'm very good at feeding and picking up after them, so someone's got to do it.
Although Noel and Christine's upbringings were different, they have grown to have the same passion, a love for horses. The move to be involved as a stud farm, on the other hand, happened by chance, by absolute sheer luck.
Well, I had to go to the doctor and he had some thoroughbreds. He said, can you do a couple of thoroughbred yearlings? Did something, we'll skip something on the go, and then we started there, and we'd been a little bit around the harness industry sort of thing with local people back at that time, and John Gibson, we knew John and Mary and Lawson Coburn and them, and he said, I'll send some horses over to you. He started off with one truckload of mares and foals and just continued after that, and then when Lawson Coburn decided to get out, he said, well, you can have them, and by that stage we were on the go. At one time here, we did run 700 horses here at one stage, and that's when we had horses like It's Motor Power and them sort of horses, and it was all natural covering then. It wasn't AI, but it was. Christine and I had done most of the work ourselves then, but we had our dads to help us at that time, which wasn't too bad. It's been a bit trying in some ways, but we're proud of ourselves, and now we've got our own two boys helping us run the show, so it's very good. And we still have 8 thoroughbreds today, and we'd only got a dozen sort of thoroughbred horses on the property. They're probably through owners that have got standard breds as well, sort of thing. So they've got a thoroughbred mare along the way, so we'll send it up here and we get them in foal for them somewhere, and away it goes from there. And that's how come we get to go to Magic Millions as well, because we sell a few there, a couple there along the line, or someone might get us to pair a couple, so it's a different outing, and you can see how the other half is.
Over the decades, the business has flourished to where it is today, but the business in its entirety is a family operation, an operation which Noel and Christine are very proud of.
And we have both our sons here, they work for us. Daughter-in-laws pop in and help with paperwork, whatever they can. Even our daughter lives in Brisbane, she pops up when we're having barbecues and yearly inspections and that. She's always here to come and do the barbecues, and so there's always someone available.
Unfortunately, Burwood Stud, like many businesses around the nation, have had to cut back their operation due to the nationwide drought, something that is very prevalent at the property.
We've cut way back on our own standard-bred mares now, sort of thing. Just with the way the sales have gone and all that, we had to sort of make a bit of a hard decision and say, well, they're not making the money that they should. And a drought makes you realise that a lot more too, sort of thing, because you know what you're forking out, and you think, oh, now they can't just go out in that back grass paddock and have a snack. They've got to be double fed all the time, sort of thing, so it adds up. Oh yeah, like you spend a lot of money, and I asked Christine, said, well, we've got another road trainer hay coming, there's another 30,000 to find, and if we've got to find that every 6 months to 6 weeks, you haven't got that sort of money coming in, so we are...
It's not easy, because you know what you've got to have just for the normal running costs without those extra feed bills.
And like even just like fuel to diesel to run all the vehicles, like it's probably doubled this year compared to what those utes and that are going non-stop feeding horses. But anyway,
it can be a balancing act, but we get there.
And as for our clients, yeah, we are so lucky. Everyone's so loyal to us, and we like to be very loyal to all of them too. So it's a policy of ours. Honesty is the way to go. So, and we've proven that along the way. So it's been very good.
Despite the drought, all is not lost in the breeding industry. The barren land around the country can be somewhat compensated for in Queensland with the extremely generous QBred incentive, something that Noel and Christine are very appreciative of.
I think the QBred has helped Queensland a lot. That's why we've got the Southerners coming up, and We've even got mares this year coming out of the south to be bred in Queensland, so they get the Q-bred right through. And that is a very positive feeling for everybody. I know we have lost people from Queensland out of breeding, but that was going to happen anyway, sort of thing. And drought makes that happen too, sort of thing. But when you know that we're heading in the right direction, when they send mares up, and you think, well, they're keen, and then they come up and buy yearlings, so that's even better still. And I think we can produce just as good racehorses as they can down south or anywhere else, sort of thing. So it's the way it all goes. So they all from the other states say, well, hey, you've got something going good up here. And I said, well, it's probably taken a long time to get there. We're just probably a few little more things they can iron out and get going. But and we have really good racing up here when it comes, and that's why they bring the horses up too from the south.
With a full-service operation at work and breeding season underway, Noel and Christine are heading towards their busiest time of the year, the yearling sales. It's a time of the year when all of their hard work pays off, a time of the year that brings a lot of happiness to all of those who are involved.
We had 18 to APG and
37
to Redcliffe, so yeah, they're very... The day of the sale is very long, but it's the lead up. You have 4 days prior to the sale shampooing and preparing, and besides the weeks before with all the extra.
Well, we are a bit lucky though, but all our youngsters are handled as foals and then as weanlings, and it does make a lot of difference. Like half the work job's done when it comes to 6 to 8 weeks before the sale. You've got it a lot easier, and now we've got the walker. Well, that's saved a lot of time. Yeah, it's been the best thing we ever bought, sort of thing. So, but like as for days of the sale, well, they are long, but you get a lot of pleasure out at the end of the day when you take them there and you come home and you think, well, we sold the whole lot and none coming home. That makes you feel good, sort of thing.
Fantastic.